Welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, Quincy, for many of us, COVID-19 has forced some downtime, and that's for the good or the bad, right?
True.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I know with our next guest, before the pandemic, he was actually touring with his band, Jukebox the Ghost. And grounded by COVID, he threw himself into his childhood passion. And here to tell us more about his pivot, musician turned cartoonist, and now author, Tommy Siegel. How you doing, Tommy?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, I am doing good, man. Flipping things around, I know that it's been a little bit of an adjustment. Kind of walk us and our viewers through the touring with your band Jukebox, and then how COVID kind of turned things around for you.
Yeah, so I've been with my band Jukebox the Ghost for, I guess, 15 years now. We've been a full-time touring band. That's been our bread and butter. And COVID hit. We had to cancel, in touring indefinitely. I had luckily already been taking cartooning kind of seriously, so I had accidentally hedged my bets against my own touring music career.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, it just meant that I could dive into it even more fully during COVID. And it also happened that before COVID, I had done a daily comics challenge. So
yeah,
I had seen another cartoonist that I really love do a comic every day for 365 days.
You did a comic a day. What, for a comic a day in 500 days?
For 500 days, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, part of it was that I watched this other guy just become better and better and better. And I kind of wondered if, it was one of those things I had done casually, but I hadn't really taken seriously. And I wondered if forcing myself to do a gauntlet like that would just up my game.
Well, they say practice makes improvement, because a lot of people think practice makes perfect. But the more and more you get yourself involved, and the better and better you get. Are there any boundaries with your cartoons in particular?
No, I mean, I try not to be mean. I think that's kind of my number one goal. If I can be funny without being mean, that's always great.
I think of Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you put your quarantine time to good use, obviously, and you recently published a book. Tell us about this book.
Yeah. So the book is called "I Hope This Helps: Comics and Cures for 21st Century Panic," and it's basically a lot of it is a greatest hits anthology of the 500 Days of Comics gauntlet. There's also new comics, and there's a lot of essays about the experience of really diving into a project with that kind of intensity.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fair amount about the social media hellscape, because, a part of the drawing challenge was also essentially becoming my own social media manager across like 5 or 6 social media platforms, and what that does to your brain and what that entails.
Absolutely, and I would think that with your music and with your drawing and the comic books and stuff like that, that there would be some parallels. Is that true or no?
I find that creativity in general, there's like a lot of commonality. Like whatever medium you're choosing, I think a lot of it's just about, like, I would call it like leaving out the welcome mat for it. Like knowing that you want to do something is important. Like, for example, if I want to make a comic, but if I force it too hard, it's probably not going to happen from my conscious mind. But like with songwriting too, I'm kind of a firm believer that if you, hone your craft and then give yourself a lot of blank space, whether it's in the form of a walk or run, in the shower, meditating, whatever it is, if you give your brain some empty space, that's where I find the new ideas start to really come in. But you have to like consciously decide that you want to percolate a new idea.
Yeah, and that's the thing with being an artist. I mean, like, each of us have different ways that we use to get into our specific art. We definitely look forward to your band going back on tour again in 2021. Any plans for another book, real quick, before we go?
Yeah, I'm actually wrapping up a follow-up to my first book already, that is called Candy Hearts, and it's going to be coming out right before Valentine's Day next year. So really excited about that.
Great, Tommy. We certainly appreciate you joining us today, and congratulations on your release. And definitely, as an artist to another artist, can't wait to see you guys get back out there and do what I know you love doing.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you again, Tommy.
That was so
Okay.
awesome. Well, hopefully they can get back on the road very soon, and stick with us because next we're exploring the road to recovery.